What's going on, everybody? It's Fade Dating Coach Elliot Scott, and as you can see by the title below, we're going to discuss the different ways men will interpret your silence, kind of what determines how he interprets it, and does he even care? Don't want to waste your time. I want to jump right into this. If I'm looking down, it's because your boy got his notes. Your boy always got his notes because I want to give my beautiful ladies the right information, unlike other dating coaches, okay? So jumping right into it. I think there could be a lot of ways a man will interpret something, but I think they all fall under the umbrella of these three things, okay? And I have them right there. One, he will interpret it as passive aggressiveness. And again, we'll talk about what kind of determines this. He will actually believe something is wrong. He's a caring guy. Oh man, I messed up. Something is up. Let me see what it is. Let me make it better. We want that guy, of course. And then the worst one, probably the one a lot of you are running into, which is the game player. The guy who takes it personal and the ego comes out, and now you're playing a game, okay? So let's back up on these. Let's talk about the best one, the best alternative first. And that is, oh man, I think something's actually wrong. Let me try to fix it. A guy with this mindset, okay, when you are silent. What determines this, in my opinion, is just miscommunication. Maybe I'm not blaming it on you, but let's just say you're silent for the wrong reasons, meaning you're just silent without confronting the problem, and or you confront the problem and he feels that he's changing or doing better, so he doesn't feel like it's a problem, but you feel like it's not good enough. Again, it's just a miscommunication. So you act a certain way, and then he's like, oh shit, is something wrong? And he tries to correct it. Either way, long as a guy is trying to correct it, and he is doing well, he is doing his part, he is trying to make it better. I always tell my clients, if a man truly likes you because he comes with solutions, not problems. He's not making excuses. He's trying to figure it out so you guys can continue to move forward. But this mindset, or the way the guy interprets this, is strictly based on miscommunication at the end of the day. So the next one is passive aggressiveness. This is where I feel like you get passive aggressive with each other, and usually it will start with the woman because the guy might be doing something wrong, and instead of her correcting him, or she might get tired of it, she's passive aggressive. And this is probably the most common guy I think a lot of women run into is the guy with the ego who's playing games, but the one that men most run into is women like this. And I'm not saying it is wrong actually, because you shouldn't be passive aggressive, you should communicate. But I'm not saying you're in the wrong for doing this. I understand. Maybe you're tired of it. You don't know how to address it correctly. Maybe you're tired of addressing it. It can be many things. But it's when a woman is more passive aggressive with her behavior instead of, again, trying to correct it with her words. And when a guy sees this, again, it is a form of miscommunication, because when a guy sees this and he can't correlate why she's like this, he's like, oh, okay, you want to start pulling that BS. And again, it doesn't solve any problems, but that's how he's going to take it. He's going to feel like, if he cannot correlate a reason with why you're doing this and you're doing it, he's going to label it as passive aggressive. And of course, the last thing, okay, and again, we'll get into what, does he even care or not? But the last one, the worst one, is the one you all run into, the ego, the player, the guy who wants to play the game. So you're playing silent, right? You're doing the silent game, no contact, whatever it is. And he's acting like, oh, okay, you want to pull that bullshit? Okay, let's do it then. There's three reasons a guy does this. One, probably emotionally unavailable, or it's very unhealthy to do so. It's just not whether he's a gaslighter, a narcissist, emotionally unavailable, something like that. That's one reason. But another important one is power dynamics. A lot of men will do this when they feel I guess the third reason is, he feels like you're attacking his ego, so he wants to get back at you. But I think this kind of falls under power dynamics too, which is if he has the power in the situation and he sees you're doing this, he takes it personal. Oh, she's trying to pull some bullshit on me. She thinks I give. Okay, I'll show her. And these guys might try to make you jealous. So leave a comment below if this actually has happened to you, where you would try this stuff and the guy would try to play the game back, but he would try to make you jealous. Oh, she's gonna ignore me. Okay, well, I'm gonna go talk to other girls. What's the point of if she's ignoring me? Type of stuff. So it's when a man feels like you're attacking his ego, attacking him. Again, he doesn't have a very good understanding of problem-solving skills, or doesn't have the skill set of problem-solving, and it's a power move. He feels like, if I have the power, I'm in a really good situation. You're pulling this bullshit. That's the reason why. That difference. So, does a guy even give a shit? How do you know if a guy gives a damn about your silence? Well, the obvious reason would be he would try to fix it. But here's my thing, ladies. Don't kill the messenger. Unless it's for the very first reason, which is just miscommunication. But I feel like if that's the case, it would happen it wouldn't happen often, or it would be rare, because I think communication is key. If you are at the point where you are having to play the silent game, there's a reason why. And it's not because of you, it's because of something he did. And this is your reaction to it. And like I said, if you're doing it correctly, this is your reaction to it after, to some extent, trying to fix it, or you're voicing your concern and trying to come up with a solution. But again, he's not meeting you halfway. Maybe he does meet you halfway, but he says something, or he does it for a week and then, kind of gets it back into the bad habits, and shit starts happening again, something along those lines. But again, does he care? Like I always say, if a guy truly likes you, he won't put himself in a position to lose you. I understand people make mistakes, but that's why I say, for maybe just the first reason, a guy would give it, like if it's just miscommunication. Okay. The other two reasons, nah, I don't think he cares. I don't think he cares. If you have a guy who's doing this over and over and over again, he doesn't give a shit, even if he tries to fix it. How do I know that? Because he wouldn't put himself in the position in the first place. The reason he's doing it in the first place and then trying to fix it is like, I don't know how much you guys are familiar with video games, but if you die, you lose a life, you got to start over. It's that type of thing. He's going through the level, getting further and further and further, knowing, what's coming up as the level plays out. But he dies, whether he falls in the hole or gets hit by an whatever, something, an enemy. He starts over. That's kind of what he's doing. He's just playing along, and he does. I guess what I'm saying is he's taking your time for granted. He doesn't care because he knows he gets unlimited lives. He'll just do it again, and he'll just restart again. And if you condition a guy to do this, he's just going to keep doing it. If you make a guy feel like there's no wrong in his the way he goes about things, how can he ever regret it? Regret is self-inflicted. You can't reflect until you regret, but you can't regret until there's a consequence to his actions. Hopefully you get what I'm saying. If a guy just keeps on doing it over and over and over again, and I would say 2+ more times, so 2+, you got a guy who is just, I don't know. I don't think your silence really means shit, because he knows he can come back, or he's just playing a game. So that being said, ladies, if you want to work with your boy, links down below. I love you all. Take care and peace.